Alright, well, anyway, welcome. Alright, well, I kind of do still need that up, but I'm going to close it temporarily. Alright. Oh, Strixhaven's back. Cool. I didn't even see that. Maybe we do some Strixhaven drafting. Who knows? But welcome to today's little bitty stream, itty bitty, titty bitty. We got 3 wins so far, and I just really wanted to stream this deck, but it's also permanent magic, so there's kind of a two-for methodology here. But I just wanted to show off just how nuts this is, in my opinion. We don't really get Toxic ever turned on for the sake of, or Corrupted. I should say Corrupted, because we don't really have, this is the only Toxic creature we have, including the best Basilica Shepherd. But we have the ability to proliferate it. Sorry, we have the White Ring Hybrid too, but even so, we have the point is we have the ability to proliferate that single counter. That's the only card we have to do that. We have him, we have the Thrumming Bird. Those are the only 2 proliferate cards. Oh, and the Mesmerizing Dose. So 3 ways. And all we need to do is get them corrupted. To make I mean, it's still valuable as a 4/4 with Vigilance, but ideally that's a removal spell. And we got some tempo to try to get that first point of poison on, and so on and so forth. But just Planeswalker, and then kill spell, one of the Signpost Uncommon, good card, and then Signpost Uncommon, good card. And maybe I shouldn't be playing 2 Transplant Theorists, but it's what do you put in instead? It's card draw that fixes your mana because we only have 3 swamps, and we only have 6 white sources, and we're mostly a blue deck. And so yeah, you're kind of just well, what are you gonna do? I mean, is a flyer that valuable? Not, I mean, 2/2 flyer that is only really good if you have corrupted online, and we can't get corrupted online. So I think that anyway, without getting too much on a tangent, it's a fairly weak 2-drop slot. You're just the 2-drop to stay alive, but just the card value up here in these top ends. We have a crazy top end, and you can wonder about something like that maybe too. I don't think you can play it, but it's if we somehow get some oil counters on it, can ramp you into a spell, I guess. But that's the only spell it would really ramp us into. So anyway, for the record, Draftsmith wanted the other Escaped Experiment and the Bring the Ending in this deck, I believe. The thing I'm running that Draftsmith didn't want is the Vivisection Evangelist and the Prophetic Prism. I want to say are the 2 things Draftsmith that I'm running instead of these 2 cards. Just because that card is better than these 2, and Prophetic Prism fixes our mana. So if we can't get the second white, if we can't get the black, I think that's a better card. Do you necessarily want to play it on 2? No. But so long as we have protection, then it's fine. But anyway, we got 3 wins so far. I'm just talking. Let's actually get into some gameplay, and it's okay if we go 0-3. I don't want us to go 0-3 after showing you how kind of crazy this deck is. But it is what it is. If that happens, my goal is to try to get 2 more wins out of this, or at least 2 more wins, because then the draft pays for itself. So let's see what we can do, and hopefully, we come out on the other end. So we at least have perfect mana. The Chrome Prowler isn't great, but we have perfect mana. So nothing on 2, but we're on the play, so fine by me. Okay. Cool. Mm-hmm. Do I want to discard... I think I discard the Fair Basilica. Like, I eventually will need the double white, but I don't need a tap land. Because the tap land draws the card, and we used the tap land already, so... Okay, that's 5 power. And if they have the combat trick, then they have the combat trick. Like, Freed from Flash is Freed from Flash, Crescendo's Crescendo. Okay. They got the board clear. Whatever makes you happy. Like, I don't care. Like, losing the Theorist is bad, but, like, you have to make them have it sometimes. Okay. It's a 4/4 that we can just block indefinitely. Okay. You removed the 2 oil counters so I can't block. Sure. I understand. Here's where I do want that secondary white source, but it's fine. Because I still think that's given the combat trick that removed our board. Discarding the Fair Basilica is fine because you weren't. We wouldn't have anything if I just played Fair Basilica because then I wouldn't have the untap land. So given how things have transpired, now they're deep in the tank. Great. Okay, fine. Sentry blocks there. Okay, let's see what you got. Menace and Reach, eh? Well, now we want the second. That would have actually been really good. But oh well. Now we just lose. Yeah. So it actually doesn't matter because Menace, 2 things have to go over there. So I made a strategy to try to, you know, it's like okay, we block, we at least remove 1 thing off the board, and see if we can survive again. But yeah, the menace. If I drew Plains, I could have played 2 things, or that Wandering Emperor that we just drew into. Too little, too late. So discarding the Fair Basilica there was bad in that sense. But that's with knowledge of, you know, hindsight. Keep. Prophetic Prism fixes the mana, and then I can play any of these 2 drops. And I think I'm okay with that. Ooh. Well, or do I want to Mirax into the Justicar? But the Justicar probably just going to be used as a blocker. So I think I'm okay playing the Malcator's Watcher. Cater, not Kador. It could be Kator. Okay. We're gonna run them out of stuff. here shortly. That's the best blocker that we can play. So there's a Method of My Madness on that one. Versus the Justicar. It's like, while I have access to white mana, I should, but no. Not necessarily. Okay. No attacks. I'm gonna Chrome Prowler. A Filigree Silex. Interesting, so you're gonna try to 10 me. Chrome Prowler. Tap that down. Not a land. Okay. Let's go land hunting. We didn't hit a land. Yeah, they're gonna try to 10 us. I see, I see, I see. I really don't want to lose to Soup. Oh, okay. Uh-huh. The issue with that... I mean, I would like a land. That's something. Thank you very much. I can do 1 and 1. And at least keep the thing tapped. Okay. I need to find my Whisper of the Dross to really deal with that effectively, but it's fine. You proliferate. Wow. They used the Soup smartly in the sense that we had, you know, I can't really do much with that. Okay. Yeah, we grow your shit. But this is where I then can't do anything because trample damage is just gonna kill us. Like, I can block 2 things and it doesn't matter. Like, I needed to get this Justicar on the battlefield. I can. But it doesn't do anything, so wow. When your opponent has everything, they have everything. I'm sorry, guys. I really thought this deck was good, and I mean, maybe I could have played it differently so that we had 2 drops on the battlefield to survive the Filigree Silex. But I said to myself, well, let's block, let's do this. Not block, but let's tap, because that's what the Chrome Prowler does. So, and granted, all we needed was, I mean, I play this, we're 1 land away from both of these. Arena's gonna punish me, but I can't block that thing, but I can at least start using the Chrome Prowlers to keep them tapped down as we await our 4th land, preferably a blue and preferably a white. So, no, well, I play the Raptor instead now. Because Raptor can just kill the Blight Belly Rat. Sure. Throwing Bird isn't as valuable to us as they may think. Okay. On the one hand, I want to start tapping down the long leg. On the one hand, it's do you tap down the long legs so that you can get in for damage. But no, then you leave yourself open to a trade, which is what I don't like. That does make him worse, because then he's a... Yeah, sure. He's an 0-3. Proceed. I'll take it. Basilica is a Basilica. Uh-huh. You have a Death Toucher. Yep. I don't mind trading off a cat for the Death Toucher or the Blight Belly Rat for that matter, but the Basilica Shepherd can run right into the Blight Belly Rat. We can take one poison, we just don't want to get corrupted is all. Because Lord knows what BS they have. Great. Fight spell! Fight. Great. Okay. I'm still fine trading off my cats. Okay. And I'll take the direct damage, thank you very much. So you either have to have the trick, which you are... This delay, they have a trick. Or they're sitting there going, oh, well, why did they make that block? Why wouldn't I make that block? I'm going to lose my creatures anyway. I'm actually going to hang on to it. No, hanging on to the dose is the right thing to do. How do you wish to proceed? I wish to Vorak. See that? Yeah, I'd rather dose that. No, I'd rather dose something bigger than that, but... I mean, it's acceptable. And they could have proliferated, but a lot of people missed that second line of text. Unfortunately, that's our only Basilica Shepherd. That's the downside. But we can cast everything in our deck. And I can make it so that, you know, Kaito can make it so something can't block. Kaito can do a lot of things. I really don't care. That's 2 life. Sure. we can defend against the 4/4 by like flipping the Raptor, but the Raptor right now is a better blocker for us. The way things kind of play out. Sure. Thump. Now, Whispers of the Dross, I guess, but annoying, but okay. Ruthless Predation, sure. Now let's draw a card. Okay. I mean, we hit artifact. That's where keeping that Mandible Justicar around actually would have been halfway decent. But, meh. I'll take 3 from a Vorak. That's fine by me. I should have done it after combat, but I don't care about proliferating the toxic that much. Like, we already lost our Thrumming Bird, so it's like, whatever. And sure, I can shrink the long legs and make it so the long legs can't hit us, but so what? I will take that damage, sir. Nope, not interested. You wouldn't make that attack unless you have something, because you don't want to take the 2. Otherwise, you're taking an additional 2. Ooh, spicy, spicy, spicy. Okay. I think the incremental single point of damage that the Malkador's Watcher can do is better than... Because, like, they're at 4, we're at 11. The 2 oil counters is 3, and that's 4. Yeah, sure. I'll take the stupid block. I'm not saying it's a good block, but I'll take the stupid block. Okay, sure. So you keep the creature alive, and that's fine by me. Because that time I will... Because my thought process here is we have 2 planeswalkers that basically, for all intents and purposes, help end the game here. I'd rather make a Might than draw a card next turn. Do you want to block? Do you want to block? Do you want to block? You probably should. Okay. Yep, I'm corrupted. But Flying Blocker is gone. Because I get a Might off of this, and I think it was just making the Might, because that additional point of damage, we're not necessarily trying to get corrupted. They're in a position that makes it harder for them to attack us. Because we have 3 damage here, and any combat trick. That's why I say, like, hell no, why would I make that block? No. Presumably there's another creature in their hand, because why would you make that attack? Unless you don't know what Mirex does. Annihilating Glare for full. Okay. Now I'll play the Fair Basilica. Megamite. Cinnamite. I'm not really playing around a combat trick. It's a 1/4. So, like, there's no reason to really be afraid, but why go to 5 if we don't have to go to 5? And that's the game. Unless they have removal. Anoint with Affliction. Okay. We have a 4/4, you have 2 cards in hand. You have a Rat King. Unfortunately, your Rat King can only get your rats that do not cast for green mana. So, we got the 1. For you at least only lose 100 gems when you get to 4 wins. But it's one of those things where those 2 losses were rough. Okay, we hit our dailies. I just want to make sure we hit our dailies. You know, it's not great because I would like to. After showing you such a good deck, it's like, yeah, I want it to perform, and it just sucks when, you know, Anoint with Affliction hits this, or Destroy Target Artifact, or it was Ruthless Predations on that one, and something else. I think it was the Shepherd. So yeah, our 2 big flying threats got blown out. So it is what it is on that front. But like I say, you know, we're not. I don't think the proliferation on that. Yeah, I could have gotten the Toxic up, but like, yeah, I'll take the block with the Thrumming Bird, the chump with the Thrumming Bird any day of the week, because it really doesn't do anything in our deck, and you have to recognize that. It's like probably the Experimental Frenzy is better because it does have 2 power. But if we're in a situation where maybe it's late game and that 1/1 is hitting for damage, it can at least proliferate the oil counters on the Bladed Ambassador or the Planeswalker loyalty counters. And this may be one of those situations, depending on what they play here on turn. It's a lovely evolving adapter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Thrumming Bird so I can play this second and proliferate the oil counter on it, and then it can just block indefinitely. Because as long as it has an oil counter on it and we have 1 open mana, it's indestructible. And I think that's the better play. And I'll take the trade, don't get me wrong. But that's, to me, that trade screams of... Ooh, perfect mana, baby. And then I have this. So I make the block, and then I can just keep it from attacking, too, for a turn. So long as I have oil counters. So you need to have the Volt Charge. It just becomes a 3. Yep, and they recognize not to make that attack. There's nothing to proliferate. I kind of want to keep my mana open for a reason. The 3-power thing has to have a big enough toughness Is we strike in for 7. Okay. Do you attack? You do not. They don't make the block. It's not indestructible. Interesting. So, while it doesn't trade, I have a feeling there's a trick here. There's got to be a trick. Blazing Crescendo or freed from... so I'm going to lose my Cephalopod Sentry. Yeah, so it's Crescendo. But we crack back for 7. And take them to 4. That's what why I'm willing to do that. Because it's like, well, that's just 9, that's 7. Like, I'm okay with... Okay. So... Awesome. I didn't have the open mana. That's what I get. Voidwing Hybrid will happily block, as will Escape the Experiment. Okay. They happily step in. Because I just get it back. I wasn't going to be able to play it anyway. Like, not great blocks, but you're talking about, like, okay, I keep recycling this Voidwing Hybrid, and I'm only 1 planes away from just popping off in a way that I'm sure they are like, oh crap. That's only gonna get buffed. Wow, okay. I'll let you kill the artifact. Well, it's one or the other. Do you want to kill the Transplant Theorist or do you want to kill the Chrome Prowler? You know what? I'll take it. Yeah, then I can still cast... I'm gonna tap that way. And then Eternal Wander. But this is 5 damage, so we basically just don't block. Like, we block one thing with the Chrome Prowler, and then we can just take all the oil counters off that. Because I don't care. Not a bad draw either. Like, I'm not playing around Hexgold Slash because I'm just gonna cast the Wander blow up their whole board, and even if I lose the Wanderer, they're at such a low life total that I'm okay to deal with. What I would blow up in that setting is I'd leave them with the Predation Steward, the 2/2 that buffs, because it's better than the Menace Creature and the other guy. Because the other guy's a 5/4. So yeah, you get rid of the Menace, get rid of that, and then you just kind of say, okay. I think we were at 11. I'm not rewinding it to find out, but I'm just saying, like, we do that, and the 2/2 can only be pumped so much, and then it's like, awesome. And if the 2/2 wants to attack the Wanderer, which it needs to, then we still have whatever creature we were going to keep our, well, the Thrumming Bird, because is what we would end up keeping. And the little Thrumming Bird is just going to keep chipping in for 1 and get us the Voidwing hybrid back over and over again, so. Which is what we'd cast anyway. But we got our 2 wins, yay! I said that's my goal, is to get the 5 wins. To pay for itself. It's unfortunate the mana is so awkward, but it is, and we're getting new overlays are here. Cool. I thought we were dropping frames, so I got scared. I was like, no, don't drop frames, please. I need to eat some food here. I'm getting a little hungry. Now that we hit the goal, the question is, can we actually hit 6? That's fine. It's not great. Like, you have to kind of play with this Murex. Like, if I have to Whisper the Dross, on turn 3, then I will. Malkadar's Watcher can block anything, so I'm not worried about that. So, Malkadar's Watcher. And then we just have to hope for... I'm hanging on to this Murex. In the sense that, like, if I don't have to use it, I won't. I don't really want to use it for for black mana. But I also don't really want to use it for white mana. So here we go. Alright, there's our Murex. Now we need black mana or white mana. But that's our Murex. Ruthless Predation becomes an interesting card. Block. Well, okay. It doesn't do anything, it still will die, but it's like, alright. You attacked. Like, cool. I have nothing to proliferate, so excuse me while I kill that. But I think that's correct to declare the block. And just kind of go, okay. What do you have for me, Johnny? A single plains would actually be a very good card to draw off the top. I'm surprised he didn't attack first, because then he could have proliferated that toxic counter. Terramorphic, sure. Okay. Proceed. I don't care about that thing. Like, great, it's got vigilance. I don't really care about it. One toxic is... well, one toxic. Offer up the trades. Sure. I'm okay with that. Let's be real. And then... Escapade Experiment. Not a very good card. Ultimately, I need 1 mana. I don't think making the Might, because the Might can't block, is... I mean, I can start forcing Toxic on, but... I mean, it's a card. Ah! That's kind of a flaw there. Because see what I'm gonna do. So, Vraska is a 4 loyalty, yeah? I gotta sack the treasure. But, so the question here becomes... She can shrink creatures. I don't want to flicker that, because then they proliferate, so that's actually kind of bad, but,
I fight for the entire multiverse. I brought backup.
that's quite bad. But we don't have to worry about it. We don't really have to worry about that thing, because I'm just going to keep it away. If I wanted to blow everything up, I could. But no. It only has 2 power. Yes, it survives if it blocks the escaped experiment, but you then take 4. Yep. That's the block I hoped you made. You get to proliferate, yes. And then you have to deal with interesting. You have 2 planeswalkers too, huh?
Let's see what this hex gold can do.
Target creature becomes a treasure. Mill 3, return a creature. They got 3 lands off the top, that's pretty good. Well, no, that's draw discard. I don't really want to draw discard. But here's the thing.
I'll finish this here and now.
Decline. One creature can attack the Watcher at a time. Boom! You're at 4. You have a Vorak. The thing is, like, you play enough creatures and you can say, well, you can only exile one. I'm surprised you actually didn't proliferate there, but whatever. Draw a card, proliferate. Wow. Okay. And then kill the walker? Watcher? Wander, walk, whatever. Just kill the planeswalker. I take it. I actually would just attack me, I think. But, okay. I'm gonna untap target creature.
Show them what you're made of.
They're at 3. Oh, it just fucking sucks. No, because they can turn creatures into treasures. I think we lost. I don't think we lost because of that. Well, because of the Wander's off. Yeah. But I'm saying, like, I don't think that's the reason we lost.
We can win.
They already proliferated. So that's 3. I have to block that thing. Lovely. I mean, you can toxic me out. So, yeah. I have to block this thing. Well, yeah, I have to block that one, because that's 3 toxic, so that just goes, whereas these are, that's 3 toxic by itself, whereas if that's 2, that's 4, you know, yeah, so that's the thing that has to get blocked, yes, and they're playing around, I don't have a haste creature or anything, so, basically, like, I need Kaito and Mesmerizing Dose, and that's the only way I win, is if Kaito, oh! Do you believe in miracles?
You ready, Pom-Pom-chan? Time to put our skills to the test.
Oh!
You can't fight what you can't see.
Oh! Yes! Oh, come on. Kata, Lisbeth, Drapstan, you know, come on. You guys. That was epic. Yes! Ugh. You drew the lightning helix! Oh my god, lightning helix off the top! I mean, this isn't great, but like, that's a lot of card draw. That's a lot of dank. That's a lot of card draw. The issue is just the 2-drop slot. Oh, bingo, 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 bingo. Bingo! Because now I Void Wing Hybrid and have Chrome Prowler and card draw as backup. Bingo! I don't care. All it takes is a proliferate to get it back. Necrogen Rot Priest. Oh no.
Yeah, you won't stop me. Too slow.
I don't want to attack, even though it bounces back, which is something I do. Like, he'll live the attack, barring a combat trick, but I think rather than attack in and bounce the Chrome Prowler back right this second. Okay, they have the Anoint anyway, so it doesn't matter that much.
I
Ow.
was expecting a little more.
So. Bien. I'm still gonna do that.
I can run circles around you.
But I'm gonna do that. Well, that's just annoying. But fine. Because they're gonna focus all their energy on Kaito, fine. Kaito's gone.
I'm sure we'll laugh about this later.
Good for Kaito, he did his job. I blocked the Hive Master. And then honestly, I can block the Rot Priest, and then I can... there's no great block... Well, because the Rot Priest will kill the Synthesizer. That's what's bad about using the Synthesizer in the Rot Priest, because he can just go, blah! Well, I'm fine with that attack, because then I just remove the Indestructible counter. And that's easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But maybe that's he's trying to just bait the Indestructible counter out. Although there's interesting interaction there, because exile, it's for each player that player controls, each player sacrifices all sacrifice, so it doesn't matter. I was like, that would be an interesting interaction, but no. So that's why you don't really want to Wrath into a Hive Master, because the Hive Master just survives it and goes ha ha ha. Cool! Let's put an oil counter on our thing.
Try to burst me, if you can. Make
Well, I'm gonna hang on to my Bladed Ambassador. And I'm gonna leave you with the Hive Master. Nope. Because I don't want to deal with Sheldred. Sheldred bad. I'm sitting, it's like Frankenstein. Fire bad. Sheldred very bad. Okay, you can keep recasting Sheldred with your stupid Conduit of Worlds. Goddamn. I can flicker the crap out of Sheldred to make it, so I can at least make her not exist. If I don't have any artifact removal main deck, unfortunately. Oh, I didn't think about that. I can exile the artifact. She exiles artifacts or creatures. But, oh well. If you want Sheldred back that badly, you get Sheldred back, and then I'll figure out how I want to deal with her. Yeah. So I draw a card. Yes. You drain me. So I don't want you gaining the life. So she's gonna be gone. Thank you very much. No matter what, I'll always lose the 2 life on my turn. That is what it is.
I bought us some time.
But now I can draw cards, so I will. All right. I proliferate that back. I'm still gonna Chrome Prowler, because Chrome Prowler is like, gotcha, ha ha ha. And then I have Whisper of the Dross, so Chrome Prowler. Whoop. I tap. I have to flicker Sheldred again, which sucks. Okay, I block. What shenanigans are you trying to do? Because now I just Whisper of the Dross, whatever he throws on the stack. Yep. Yeah. Oh! Because we get rid of Sheldred again, and we swing in for 4, 7. That proliferates in another counter, so we can sling in for 4, 8, 11, 12 exactsies. If they didn't, they can play something out of their graveyard though. So they just got frustrated because it's like, Eternal Wander. Harumph, harumph, harumph. Because we just keep getting Elspeth off the battlefield. Anyway, because, yeah, or not Elspeth, I said Elspeth. Sheldred. I said Elspeth twice. So we got there, Pops. We got there. But you can see, just to show the full deck again, something like a Vanish into Eternity wouldn't be bad, but I think you need the card draw. And, like, welcome to best of 1 versus best of 2. Like, if you know they're packing a lot, like, that double Planeswalker deck, if we knew like, game 2 kind of thing, you put Vanish into Eternity into that deck. In the deck to deal with it. They also didn't have much flyer support, so maybe you do run Well, you probably run Bring the Ending actually for that deck too. So like how things kind of shift and manipulate, because Mandible Justicar is actually does synergize with in our deck, but there are cards like Thrumbird that really doesn't, because it only plays well with the Voidwing hybrid and the Planeswalkers. Like, we're not really a toxic deck. So like Duelist of Deep Faith is another one that doesn't play. It's very much out of place, but it's where that Thrumbird, like, you know, welcome to draft. It's the margins that matter, and we managed to pull off, you know, victory in the margins by finding those little, just, not only was our card value a lot better, but just where the success was there in the margins. We'll do a draft here. We'll jump back in. We got our buy-in back, so we'll jump back in. But I'm gonna hit the restroom, take a little break. So yeah, we got it's 1500. 1500. You get an additional 700. So yeah. And if you can do this consistently, then hey, you get back in. But for whatever reason, like the blue strategies, these two, the proliferate control and the artifacts, seem to always be open. So, you know, that's what I do. That's literally all of my 7 wins have been both blue-white decks. That one was Esper, but you know, hey. So yeah, we'll jump into a draft here, but let me take a bio break. Okay, I'm hungry, but I have a duty to maintain, and that duty is to give you guys another draft. By the way, so I'll post the on the Facebook page, _devil, like the 7 wins. Like I will just acknowledge that happened a couple times. But those last 2 games are pretty epic. Like, but I'll acknowledge that on the Facebook, just an FYI. But with that, so again, so that'd be _devil, capital MTG on Facebook. So with that acknowledgement, I'm also going to drop some secret lair codes for some free sleeves on Arena. So some Arena sleeve codes. It's going to be first come, first serve. But just letting you know that that's how I'm going to choose to kind of engage with my community. And I would like I mean, you're welcome to steal them and sell them or do whatever. I mean, there's only the 4 of you in chat right now, but just letting y'all know that I will be dropping some MTG sleeve codes, MTG Arena sleeve codes from Secret Lairs. So if you've bought them already, great, and if you haven't bought them, great. I don't want to take an Unctus. I just don't. I don't. Unctus is okay. Like, he's a 2/4, and he does actually really well in these blue-white artifact strategies, and blue does tend to be open. But yeah, I'm gonna just take the Evolving Adaptive here and leave it at that. Because to me, that's the pick. That is the pick. That is the pick. That is the pick. Digital Instinct, thank you for joining the chat. As I was just saying, after we came off of lovely 7 wins, I'm going to try and... Well, we don't have... These are both just primo removal spells, so you're taking one of these. The question is, do we want to be green-black or do we want to be green-white? There's a lot of white here. Green-black is probably more likely, and I think the Proliferate just synergizes a bit better with the Evolving Adaptive. But Ossification is like primo. I mean, Draftsmith is saying, oh, take the because green-red oil, yes. Well, we haven't seen anything. I don't remember the exact layout of the last pack, but it's not like there was an oil card that stood out. For the sake of openness, I'm going to take the Planar Disruption, but both of these are fairly good. Maybe I do... Well, no, yeah, no, but I'll take the Planar Disruption and think about this guy. It's a good equipment, and the Punisher is a good creature, but just to stay open on colors, I'm going to take the Disruption over the Punisher. I mean, that's a respectable pick for whether we're in black-white, whether we're in green oil. That's respectable. That's a respectable take. Charge of the Mites. That's respectable. And then Branch Blight's fine. I'm not a fan of this card. Like, it takes over games, but I'm just not a fan of it. Because you have to get to that 7 mana, and I don't think the format... I mean, I'm leaving red open while we're leaning in the green direction, which is the shitty part, but... But red is definitely open. Like, that's what that tells me. Because this is our original pack back. Take those couple green cards. I actually do kind of like Expand the Sphere as a card. So I'll take it. I'll take it. So many crescendos. Well, now I'll just take the crescendo out of spite. It's not the best combat trick because it doesn't give you enough on the butt. But if you have something with a big enough butt, like maybe an evolving adaptive that's grown or proliferated to like a 5, then that's not bad. Or giving the indoctrination attendant a 5 power butt. So like Primo removal. One of the most difficult creatures for us to cast. But I'm going to take it. Like, we're going to make it happen. Make it happen, Captain. I've never cast it. I don't think I've ever cast it. I had it in my hand that one. Well, I don't remember if I was on stream or not. But it was there in the hand, and I decided not to cast it because it's like, you know, we needed 2 creatures or something. Like, it just was going to benefit us more. Man. So I'm gonna, yeah. I mean, I take this guy. I do take this guy, but we want like Dune Movers and Prophetic Prisms. So like that and the Expanse. We want one of these 2 to wheel, and I just don't want to click too hard and end up taking it now when I want the Bloated Contaminator now. Because Bloated Contaminator, 4/4 trample, proliferation. I've never really been able to hit with it, which is the sad part. So maybe we're just splat, but I think we are splashing black. Like, these 2 are good enough cards to splash in black. And build the green-white toxic deck here. And maybe we pick up another couple, like, good black cards. So, and because they're not double black. I say that, and then we'll, you know, just Vraska will fall in our lap. But, why, it's a 0/4. It's a colorless 0/4. It blocks everything. I actually kind of want to take it. The only reason I'm like, ooh, ah, you know, with a stupid 0/4 that does is because, like, look at this. I don't want. We're not in blue. I mean, that's a decent top end, but I don't. Do I want to lean that heavily into black? Necessarily, no. I mean, maybe the lean in, I guess. Maybe the decent equipment falls in our lap. Okay. And then Anointed Procession right there. Viral Spawning's better than the Anointed Procession. Because this is going to be cast twice. This is Primo removal. But the thing is, you're not going to see... I do want that Prism. You're not going to see that card again. You're not going to see Viral Spawning wheel. It won't. I might see the Crawling Course wheel. I might see the Plated Onslaught wheel. I might see the Tyrannic, you know, thing. I'm probably not going to see the Prophetic Prism or the Pestilent Siphoner, but, like, honestly, it's fine. I think the Proliferate on this is the better. I don't want to get too much into 3-drops. Like, you definitely want 2s. You want 2s and 1s. And that can deal with... So you take Predation here, by the way. Removal spell, again, you know, so here... This archetype is basically open. I mean, Maze's Mantle, I guess. I mean, taking the Cephalopod Sentry is just trolling whoever's in that archetype. Because it doesn't help us at all. Sinew Dancer's fine. It's fine. It's not great. Big, giant, dumb green cards. Big, giant, dumb black card. Skull Bomb. Oh, the Inquiry went all the way around. We're not in blue. Good card, but we're not in blue. Green Sun's Twilight is a good card. But I think I want Duelist of the Deep Faith first because we're kind of leaning on Toxic heavily. I don't think we can necessarily get over the line very easily with Toxic, but I think we're leaning on it to the point where we can pretty easily get our opponent corrupted, and it's just finding some additional synergies beyond this Vivisection Evangelist that work with it. This one, I'm going to take the Tyvars, but again, planar disruption, it puts me in a position. But I think Tyvars is the pick. I don't want to risk taking the planar disruption and then have that and not get Tyvars back. Because that can just win a game out of nowhere. Signpost uncommon. You take it because it's signpost uncommon. And there's a Phyrexian Arena. Phyrexian Arena, good card, but Unctus is Retrofit, a good card. Complete Devotion. 1/3 Death Touch gums up the board, I think, better than 3/4 Toxic. We'll have to make some cuts here. I think Mandible Justicar is fine. We didn't get any equipment, so we actually don't want the lean in. I mean, that has some corrupted synergy. But again, I don't know if that's what we want to be doing. I mean, preferably one of those planar disruptions comes back to us, and that's all we can say and hope for. I think Charge of the Mites is ultimately better than the Atrocity. Annihilating Glare is straight up removal. Do I want a Head Cleaver or do I want a Titanic Growth? I guess I'll just take the Titanic Growth. I'm not in love with it. Now I got 2 Titanic Growths. Yeah. Thirsting Roots is fixing. That might be the trick, but we don't necessarily need to lean heavily on black. Is the thing here. Like, I think we definitely want to splash it, because again, that's a signpost uncommon, and that's just primo removal. So we only need to make 1 cut, or maybe like 2 additions and like a few cuts. But I think it's fine that we're in Abzan. The Sinew Dancer might save us. But I don't know if it's that worth it. So 1 card, what 1 card do I want to add more than anything? Do I want a Mandible Justicar that isn't going to synergize? Or do I want a Complete Devotion? What's my creature count? 11. Oh, I absolutely need to play the Mandible Justicar then. Well, the Predation Steward, I guess, is better, because... Oh... Yeah, I'll take the Predation Steward, I think. Alright, I'll Complete Devotion. But then I'll... Yeah, I don't think incidental life gain is necessarily where we want to be, because one, there's 2, 4, 5 cards that generate artifacts. It doesn't inherent by itself. It doesn't generate artifacts. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Predation Steward. I do like this as a means of putting that first poison counter on and drawing cards, but I don't think. I think Whisper of the Dross is more important. I understand the need to keep creature count high in this format, but I don't think I need to keep it that high. Because some of the spells, 1, 2, technically combat trick, but 2, 4. So 4 removal, potentially removal there with 6, or potentially creatures, but they're creatures that can block, unfortunately. And then 3, this is a creature, not a spell. So we have like 13 creatures technically, and then removal, and I think that's okay. Like, the only signpost uncommon we're missing in this deck is the 4 mana, 2 black and green and Death Touch, and gives other toxic things Death Touch. So yeah. What do we have for Johnny? This sucks because we don't have green mana. That's like just bad. I'm gonna keep it. Oh, never punished. No point attacking into that thing, but Volt Charge, no! Okay. Boom! I can be a little fishy with the Indoctrination Lieutenant, because you could actually set it up so that you have 3 white, 3 planes, and then bounce the planes before you've made a land drop. And then play the Obliterator. Vindicator, whatever. I don't really want to lose offensive pressure, so I'm gonna just bounce the land. I mean, we time walk ourselves, but there's only a couple 5-drops, and our 5-drops are, well, so they kill the creature. It stinks, but whatever. Yeah, that's where that's bad in that sense, but I'll take the 5. Wow! I'll take the 1. I wouldn't make that block. I will take 4 all day, because if I draw planes, you're in trouble. Hit me. It is what it is. He still will not take the bait on my stupid Whisper of the Dross. But yeah, we are 1 planes away from doing some shenanigans. Hex Gold Slash, I assume, is the 1 card in their hand. Okay, they gain 3. Sure. I'll happily take the 7. Nah. Like, it's a big attack, don't get me wrong. But again, 1 planes. 1 planes, gentlemen. That's all it takes, is 1 planes. Hey, we got a toxic. Okay. Now I can proliferate that said toxic counter. But the Basilica Shepherd will just step in front of the Ogre Troll is my plan. I don't care about that, but sure. Where are the counters going to go? Does he want the Furnace Strider to be active again? Yes, he does. Okay. Sure. I still think the Troll is the better thing to kill. So making that block is better. Yep, I'm fine with that. Because whatever combat trick shenanigans. Sure. Okay. I was pretty much going to lose those 2 creatures anyway. So that is just shitty and sucks, but the whole point of doing that was, well, that. So you have a 4, and again, I just need a plains. No forest. Well, it is what it is. Arg. Well, we couldn't get him to bite. Oh well. Yep. Unfortunate that I can't get full value, but it's still a 4/4, and it's got vigilance, so they have to tap to attack us. And unless their hand is double combat trick, I take the damage. It was a good draw, though. Well, they make a 4/4. That pisses me off. They make a 3/3, excuse me, but the 3/3 and the 1/3 block the 4/4 nicely. Which is annoying. Hey! Most red and green removal are damage based. So I will be happy. I will be pleasantly surprised. I guess the Carnivorous just says destroy. The Carnivorous Canopy says destroy target flyer. They have it or they don't. I wasn't gonna offer up that trade because we're at 5 life, so I can't throw the Vivisection Evangelist into the a 3/3 and a 1/3 because that's double block. That's a double block that's going to happen. I see. I see. So he saw the line, and that's exactly 5, yes. So too little, too late. Of just giving all our if I kept the thingy back, then we would have survived, but it's unfortunate, like they got us for Xaxes, and we got plenty of our opponents for Xaxes last time around. So darn. But I think, I mean, with those 2 creatures on the battlefield, I think it was okay to attack with the Basilica Shepherd, but you tell me. Because you're sitting there going, you're staring down a Golem, you're staring down Golem. You're staring down a Golem and a Furnace Strider, and okay, I guess, you know, it's like, well, am I really that concerned about a Furnace Strider and they have 2 cards in hand? I guess I wasn't thinking about the incubation sac sort of line of like token. Well, it was just make single token because you can only do it once, but make token. What's bad is we allow them to get a 4-drop, but I think this line of remove 2 creatures with Planar Disruption and Ruthless Predation is better. Unless the 4-drop, the quote 4-drop is going to be untapped, or, well, now they can just untap the land, I guess, and play at 3. It's a 2. Okay, that's fine. Because I will happily... So, it's kind of a waste, to be honest, of a Planar Disruption, but... Boom. I have Planar Disruption in my back pocket. Because here's the thing, they're gonna tap or do whatever shenanigans. Untap, yeah. Thrun! Now I want that Ruthless Predation back, but oh well. So long as it taps properly. Yep, the auto tapper did tap properly. Oh, Thrunny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen. I can't do anything about Thrun. I'm on a 4-turn clock. because I can't, yeah, I can't be the target. So that is such a waste. But I think I do it. I opted to draw. But attacking into... Thrun just blocks the bloated contaminator. I get you for 6 toxic. I get you for 5. I take you to 4. I mean, I guess he can't really attack into me. But it's one of those things where I don't think that's where we want to be. And the fact that I can't target him is annoying. No, adaptive isn't where I want to be. So... I do want the other forest, don't get me wrong, but... Yeah, okay. Combat trick, meh. You couldn't do it. Okay, I couldn't. But, again... We got corrupted, they got a 7/7. I ain't blocking that. It's a race? It's not a race. I do it just to keep the stupid branch blight stalker on the battlefield, but I know the stupid crawling course replaces itself, and then I just need enough of a big... I need a plains or a big butt to, in order to sufficiently live. Which even... Oh no, it's 5 power, so that's only 2 damage. Because this takes me to... 8 takes me to 5. So yeah, I would live. I do live. If I rip a plains. Oh. Never mind. Well, I go to 1 and then I don't live. But I'm at 1! Wee-hoo! If only I had a combat trick, I'd win. But I don't. Sorry. No. I just get you to 6. Maybe if I traded out the bloating contaminator sooner. That's what I was debating earlier. Like, then they would have been at 4, but even at 4, that's not a lethal attack. Well, but we lose our contaminator sooner, and then they have the Maze's Mantle to do whatever shenanigans they want to do. So, I don't know. It's where Vindicator is a bad card in all actuality, because you need that. I mean, 4 white is expensive. We're on the play, so I just play a stupid plains probably. It doesn't matter. It's just, do I rip another plains or do I rip a 2-drop? I ripped a 2-drop. Very sly how Arena did that. But I'll take a 2/2. I'm just playing around, bring the ending. It resolved. Cool. Anoint Possession? Anoint Reflection? I keep calling it Anointed Procession, which is the Amonkhet doubles tokens card for 3 and 1 white. Your move. I think we're okay taking our first poison counter. If the goal is like Combat Trick or Whisper of the Dross, I think we're okay taking it. And there, we took our first poison counter anyway because they drew 2 cards. Boom. Everything is toxic. It's a toxic jamboree. Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from such films as... So they're going to corrupt us very easily, which I guess is the goal. But I don't really see corrupted. Target 1/1 gets... It's -X, -X. Okay. I mean, land would be amazing. Might as well corrupt me if you have some shenanigans. Yep. Doink. Ow! Okay. So I can do it for 4. And the question is, you know, they're gonna say, all right, we'll trade. Okay. If I do it for 4, 4 gets through and it's lethal. Yeah, okay, 4. There's no spell pierce. Because I was gonna say, well, I can do it and cast the 3/3 beast and still get in for 1. No, it's lethal. Just take the win and move on. See, now we're getting wins. Now we're getting wins. We're not gonna get a second one. I'm not gonna finish off the draft. I'm gonna eat some food because I'm hungry. And yay! I'll finish off the draft probably on my own. Then I can eat and not worry about you hearing it. But anyway, so Bulge Dam Judge. Digital Instinct drops now. Lisbeth, Kata, Alastria, 01 Ella. Thank you very much for joining us. We got to 7-2 a draft. And then we're probably just going to either 1-3 or 2-3 or something. We're not going to do anything crazy with this one. But it's an interesting deck. Like, but yeah, who's to see how it goes? Anyway, obviously follow the channel Zoibe_Devil MTG on Facebook. Come say hi, drop a line. I will be posting some Secret Lair Arena sleeve activation code thingy-boppers on the Facebook page. So keep a lookout for that, because I would like to draw some attention to the channel. But beyond that, this has been another Zombie Devil Scream. Stream. I suddenly got very tongue-tied. Another Zombie Devil stream, and thank you. Catch you guys next time, perhaps Monday. If, there's a windfall of money that comes in, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, donations, then I'll be able to play Magic Online again. So, and y'all know that I have beaten Aspiring Spike a few times on stream, so it's an older video, but it's out there. There is a record of me beating Aspiring Spike. There's a record of me losing to him too, but hey, can't win them all. So catch you guys next time. Long outro, but just wanted to mention that. So anyway, because I'd like to bring Magic Online content back to the channel, but just don't. Not the $200-$300 isn't really in the budget right now, and that's for a cheap, budget friendly modern deck. Pioneer is a different story. I don't know what the budgets are on those, but anyway, I'll catch you guys next time, and just like, follow, share, and subscribe. Zombie_Devil, capital MTG on Facebook, Zombie Devil on Twitch, and Zombie Devil on YouTube. I don't edit the videos, as you can tell, but I try.